Peace, this is Star with the Star Blooms. I'm literally sitting here, I'm smirking because y'all, it took like a long, long time before it actually started recording. So, confirmation coming in, clarity that you get to keep. I like to thank my sign, my benevolent ancestors who are here walking with me, guiding me in my highest vibrational frequency, my highest timeline for my highest, good. I like to ask Archangel Michael that you come in, thank you, cloak me, shield me, protect me, remove any and all negative energy out of my auric field, cast away, block, bind, and let it go mute to any monitoring spirits, negative energies that are intentions, thought processes being sent to my throat chakra, my third eye, my crown chakra. But God, I thank you for covering my heart, allowing me to be aligned to what is true within you, to channel with clarity as you see fit, only saying what is necessary and at this time meant. I thank you to the Most High, my divine, as I am aligned. Abracadabra, make it so, I say Asheo. A lot of the times people be wanting us to make things make sense for them because what they did didn't make sense. But in reality, it's not necessarily your responsibility to come in and clear away, the muck. In partnership with your ancestors is so powerful because I'm thinking in my head it's a tethering that you want to keep. We snap tethers so often, casting away, calling back our energy, constantly being intentional within our space with our energy. It's so much more than that. And the more you clear and cleanse your blood, the more profound it becomes because the conversation gets deeper. A lot of people be wanting the opportunity to be able to alter and change how they showed up. I basically asked Spirit how they wanted me to share the messages that I had channeled. And when I connected to the energy, I kept on basically processing how it was death to rates of obsession over what could have been because of how situations played out karmic, and how people were put in positions of being pained by actions made because of how they didn't properly care for things that were brought into them as gifts. And this happens so often, y'all. So many times we have connections that are opportunities for us to basically show up at the rate that we've been manifesting. And we don't know that because we may perceive it to be, thank you, Spirit, we may perceive it to be at a certain rate for ourselves. I see 1041. That's for somebody. That's why I said thank you, Spirit, because it's a confirmation for me. 411. What's the 411? It could be seen a lot of different ways, so on. But a lot of the times we don't pay attention because we have this idea of, okay, I asked for this. This was my request, right? And because this was my request, we put physical shit on it. We make it cheap. We'll cheapen the experience with a rate of expectations on how we desire things to look and how we would like it to be perceived without actually allowing it to be the magic that it is. And the reason is because we don't have sight. We don't have the ability to properly perceive things. I think it's so amazing because it's like, I keep on hearing in the realm of the Most High. A lot of the times people be feeling like what they're combating and what they're coming against is what they could perceive. But a lot of us have had the opportunity, like I said, to sit amongst our ancestors, and we recognize that you don't have to see it. And the more you don't see it, the more real it is. It's crazy, but it be like that. You know, it'd be like that. At this time, I think it's such a beautiful rate because proof is being provided and privy is being broadcasted to those who may have been blind. But the crazy part is that a lot of the times, if you don't heal through a circumstance, right, you may come back into the same realm that you already previously gathered yourself from, or you were gathered out of. And you may interact with this, congregate with this energy, entertain this energy as you may have before because you made it out with the belief that you'll do it again. But sometimes that's not in representation of the lesson that you've received. And a lot of the times we don't recognize when we are on a healing journey. What you're being asked is, are you willing to put down those who were there for you, for a radar, a space of those who didn't value you in the first place? This could be a tricky space because sometimes we process things and it's always, well, you know, bitter, cold. You really haven't forgiven. People have the ability, but I don't really care about how people feel, because it's like, it's so many ways to process and perceive something. And it's always based off of your perception and your rate and your reality and how you exist in it, right? So it's not really about that. And I'm not kind of sharing that at this point. I think my positioning that I feel like is being put across, especially what has been channeled to me, is that, are you willing to put down your ancestors to pick up the people who wanted your ancestors to be gone so they could be able to harm you in the way that they wanted to? I literally heard 1044, y'all. I literally heard, come on, stupid, I need you to be stupid again for me. Right? Not in those terms, because we don't like things being said a certain way. But sometimes we have to be able to look at things based off of the rate of energy that we're constantly wanting to come into contact and connection with, but wanting to be saved out of. A lot of the times you be thinking, I told y'all, what you perceived yourself to previously be carrying, it was never yours to bear. The Most High been the one in combat with you, for you all this time. But it wasn't the fight that you thought it was. It was really death to the rate of perception that you was having. Most High been at a position to where it already knew, because it went before. It is. A lot of the times you have to be in your you are, so you recognize what is really properly positioned by you. A lot of people want to come in and they want to attack certain race of your being, your mental, your physical, your health, because they recognize that unsteadiness, you know, the imbalances is what actually allows the infiltration. But when you actually sit at a rate of being steady within yourself by connecting to things that are actually true foundations, you could have a whole earthquake in a hurricane all at the same time, in a tornado all at the same time, but somehow it don't touch you just because of how you've been. Don't put your ancestors down for the things that they protected you from, thinking that this time things will be different. People have to heal. We all have to heal. We healed, right? So recognize if something comes in because it figured out something that you had already found because it was never lost. It needs to basically settle in the rate of what it's discovered. And it's not something that you should be participating in as you're overcoming the circumstance that allows you to be at this rate of justice when dealing with these karmic energies that want to be these vampiric spirits towards you. Be at the rate to where you get to actually have what it is that you in the season of by going towards it, instead of constantly waiting for somebody else or something else to show up, being willing to play the thing that they need you to play in order for them to be in the rate of participation, for them to receive their due and their just. Okay, I love y'all. We are who we say we are as long as we show up. Okay.